Just like the sunrise needs the sky, just like the blackbird needs to fly, I gotta have you by my side, 'cause you make me feel alright.
Hello one and all, and welcome along to 5 Half-Time 10 The Winner. This is your football podcast relating to anything at all to do with the world of football. I'm Jamie McLean, and I'm joined on the phone line by Mr. David Fennick. Hello, Dave.
How are you doing, Jamie?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you doing, mate?
Good, aye. Not
Champion.
Bad, not bad, mate.
Nice one. I'll just turn that music down a little bit more. I'm still getting used to this. New little bit of kit in the studio, Dave.
Aye, I heard you've been splashing out, and am I right in thinking we can take, with this new bit of kit, we can do sort of live broadcasts even from people's houses and that?
Yeah, we certainly could do, yeah.
Could we?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course we could.
Have to maybe have a word with Jeff Lynch. What about a barbecue? That'd be nice.
We'll have a barbecue and get to know Mrs. Lynch. Yeah, that's good.
I beg your pardon.
Well, I didn't mean it in that way. Oh, God, Dave, here we go again.
You know what I mean? You've got form with the landlady, and now you want to hit on Mrs. Lynch.
God, Dave, that's taken shocking. Just over. That hasn't even taken a minute for you to bring that up.
That's shocking behaviour. I meant we just go around and have a nice barbecue, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, I think that's a lovely idea.
Maybe mention a butchers that sells meat, and we'll get it for now. We know things up and that.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, we'll try and sort that out.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I've got the butchers in mind as well. I know just the one. I'll have a word with them. So there we go.
Have a nice afternoon in Lynch Towers.
Lynch Towers, that sounds very posh.
Keep my eye on you.
Oh, dear me. So what have you been up to, Dave, anyway? Have you been up to much?
Just the usual, a bit of football scouting and that, and a bit of this and that, you know what I mean? Ducking and diving and keeping the wolf from the door. You?
Yeah, but basically exactly the same. I've done a couple of auditions for audiobooks lately.
You'd audition for something like Annie or The King and I.
Yeah. So I'm on my way over to Siam at the end of the week. Yeah.
But so auditions for audiobooks.
I've just
Janet and John or something.
Well,
skills.
No, I've done a couple of them before, and I don't know, with this new bit of kit as well. I'll mention it again. It helps a lot with a lot of like the audio work and stuff like that. So I thought, why not? I'll get my name in, and we'll just see if maybe broaden me horizons a little bit more.
Oh, good.
So there we go. And I'll put my teeth back in. In the last episode, we'll put a bit of an appeal out to people to get in touch and actually interact with us a little bit. We've had some. Yes, we have had some. First off, I'll start off with your mate Jeff, as we've already mentioned him. Yeah, he's got two things he hates in football. Supporters who leave before the final.
The last episode, for anybody that wasn't listening to the last episode, shame on you, but it was about things we hated in football, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, that's right. And a lot of them were covered. Things like mascots just escaped the axe. But yeah, there was a few things we covered. Jeff's got two. Supporters who leave before the final whistle. Mrs. Lynch being one of them, apparently. Saying you don't go to the cinema and leave before the end, so why? Yeah, I think that's a good point, Jeff. And
you do if it's a crap film.
Well, yeah, you could do, I suppose. But the other one, I've got to admit, I'm a little bit confused by, but I think I know what he means. Injured players going off the field.
Right.
I just sort of thought I had images of just a player lying on his back for the whole game, but no, then I thought about it. I thought, okay, I know what you mean. So good stuff there from Jeff. And I know you responded to that as well, didn't you? Saying that you failed to mention referees and linesmen warming up. You find that quite cringy.
That's cringeable. That and the stretching and that, and like run around the 18-yard box. Oh God. It's a sight for sore eyes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you've got to be incredibly fit, especially to be a referee. But so I can see why they do it. But yeah,
I hate referees who call the player by the nickname or something.
Right.
So say if Lee Cattermole's playing, they'd be going, "Cats, just keep calm down." You know what I mean? Like, too familiar. I don't like that.
Well, can you imagine a conversation between Lee Cattermole and Mark Clattenburg? Cats. Clats.
Clats and Cats.
Yeah, Cats and Clats. I think that should be the name of another show that we can do that. Cats and Clats. So yeah, that was Jeff, and Alex has been in touch saying he hates diving. More Salah in nearly every game. Yeah, too many international breaks.
How do you know it's a he, Alex?
Sorry?
How do you know Alex is a he?
Alex said, I don't know. I may have got that wrong. Could well be.
Yeah.
I apologise. Yeah, I don't know. Quite possibly. But too many international breaks. Agents, BT and Sky changing Newcastle away fixtures to Monday nights. Right. I think we can all vouch for that, having Newcastle on the telly on a Monday night.
Yeah. So. And it seems to be as well, when they change our teams up here, the Newcastle or Sunderland, you're somewhere like miles away on a Monday night and you can't get back, or like a Saturday dinner time.
Yeah.
You have to set up
struggling to get there. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And
I think concern for the fans, is there?
No, that's right. I think I've said to you before, I went to see Sunderland play at Fratton Park, Portsmouth, on a Tuesday night. Yeah. There was a good turnout, to be fair, a lot more than I thought there would be. I
think I was at that game as well, Jamie.
Oh, were you? I think that was the day when Portsmouth brought on, I think it was Linvoy Primus right near the end. And everyone was saying, they're taking the mick out of us now because he barely played for years before that. So there we go. Then I got involved, confessing that I actually own a half and half scarf. I nearly said skirt there. A half and half scarf. Now you talk about a sight for sore eyes. And then we got on to talking about bonfires in football, I think. Simon's been in touch. I'm pretty sure Simon's a fella. He says the men who sell programmes, shouting programmes. We know, mate, we can see you. So, yeah, all right.
Harsh.
Yeah.
No, that fella, it's probably only day out of the week shouting programmes. Like that, and Simon hates them. That's fair.
Yeah, I know. It's nice to know they've got people who hate them, isn't there? Yeah. But but thank you for that, Simon. Yeah, they have. There's been a fair few. And and then I was talking to a couple of other people about life in Southampton in general, because I was using my phone and I thought I was using my account and I wasn't. I was using ours, the podcast one, by accident. So there we go.
Anybody else get in touch?
Yes, they did, Dave. You're right. That was actually a review that was left. It was a 5-star review. So thank you very much to Angry in Manchester. He said, half and half scarf should be treated in the same way Class A drugs are treated. Anyone found in possession of a half and half scarf should be given a jail term of a minimum of 6 months and a 5-year football banning order.
Feels the same as I do about them scarves.
He clearly does. He goes on, he continues, those who are guilty of supplying half and half scarves should be jailed for a minimum of 5 years and given a lifetime ban from all football grounds in England and Wales.
That's quality, because he's a lad after my own heart, I think, that fella.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love the clarification, England and Wales. So yes, thank you very much for that, Angry in Manchester, and for the 5-star review. Oh, that's brilliant. I was really, really happy when I saw that one. So I think that sums everything up. There was nothing in the way of emails
to get in touch, and they've got in touch.
Yeah, well, while we're talking about getting in touch, we've got a new way of getting in touch coming up very soon. It's going to be optional, obviously, but we're going to have a voicemail service, hopefully from the next episode. Yeah, I know.
Do you realise this could be dangerous? People coming in pissed on a Saturday or Friday night.
That's what I'm banking on.
Really, so they can just... Are you sure this is the right thing to do?
No, that's exactly what I'm relying on.
If you could just be crying like on episodes, because people will be calling us all sorts.
Well, there is that. Yeah, there is that. But hey, I think, let's just do it. We haven't got any of the details yet. It takes a little bit of time to set up, but hopefully
it'll take about 4 years to set up, because I don't know whether I'm happy about this.
Well, hopefully by the next episode we'll have jewelled it out and we'll have some more information.
Summer all day drinking, people go, we'll probably get taken off air.
Oh, well, hey, why not? Why not? I just thought it could be good to try. It might not work out, in which case we'll scrap it.
It might work too.
But it might work too. It might work too. Well, yeah, but we thought we'd give it a go anyway, didn't we? We'll just see what it's like. So
we take more abuse. Right?
Yeah, we'll have a little bit more abuse. Why not?
Yeah.
So how's about, Dave? What I suggest we go off for our quick mid-show break, and then when we come back, we'll get into the meat and two veg of today's topic. So we'll be right back. And welcome back to the show. So, Dave, the time has come. The time is now upon us. What are we talking about today?
Laws of the game.
Laws of the game. Okay. Yeah, what specifically about them?
Well, just basically, I've got a few that I think should be changed.
Right. Okay. So it's laws that you're not that keen on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
like basically. It. All right. Cool. Well, go ahead then. You right. Fire off.
My first one's the offside law.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they should go back to what offside used to be. Anybody in the opposing half, no matter where you are on the pitch, if you're offside, you're offside. And yes, people will hopefully phone in or abuse us on the new answer machine saying, what happens if a 57-yard bicycle kick gets sort of disallowed because somebody over the far side of the pitch is offside? I'm not bothered, because as I think was Brian Clough said, if you're on a football pitch, you're interfering with play.
Yeah.
And I just think it would make it easier for officials, everybody, supporters, instead of this phase 1, phase 2 bollocks and all this and what have you.
Yeah.
If you're offside, you're offside no matter where you are on that pitch. I think now even the linesmen or referees, assistants or whatever you call them, aren't flagging until the person goes towards the ball.
Yeah.
Even if they're offside, So crowds are shouting, just go back to the old rule and everybody will know what it is. Players will know, officials will know, managers will know, the fans will know. If you're offside, you're offside. So that's my first one.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that, Dave. It's, the offside rule is famously sort of murky anyway, isn't it? It always seems to be changing. I agree with what you're saying there. If you're on a football pitch, you're interfering with the game, or you should be. That's the whole point of you being there, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just think it'd make it easier for everyone,
Yeah, I know, because sometimes, like you say, the linesmen raise the flag. It's ridiculously late, even though you can see what's happening. And I think the offside rule needs an overhaul, and it needs to be both easier to sort of bring into practice when you're playing the game and also easier to enforce. I mean, I think they do a pretty good job of enforcing it generally, but it's certainly not the best rule.
I just think they leave themselves open to things with this phase 1 and this and what have you, and if you're offside, you're off. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. If you're offside, you're offside. Just get the flag straight up. Yep. No, I would totally agree with that one. I think the offside rule is it's always going to be one of the top rules to discuss when you're thinking about things like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okie dokie then. So there's the offside rule that maybe does need a bit of a change. Can I offer you one of mine?
You can.
I think there needs to be a bit more clarification, a bit more science applied to the handball rule, particularly.
Handball.
Yeah, particularly with regards to defenders in the penalty area, because there's an opportunity for defenders possibly to cheat if they can get away with it, which I don't think is right. But there's also the chance that defenders could be cheated, out of a shot from point blank range gets fired and it hits the arm, whether it's goal bound or not. Maybe should be
laws. Sorry, Jake.
That's all right. No, you carry on.
The laws of the game, does it state, I'm not sure, I haven't got the laws of the game in front of us, but does it state it has to be deliberate?
Well, that's sort of the way it always seems to be enforced and considered, like that shouldn't be a penalty, it's not a deliberate handball. So, I mean, that's what I mean, a bit more clarification, just so either say, right, that has hit your arm. It wasn't deliberate, so I'm not going to book you or send you off or whatever. But it is a handball, so it'll be a penalty. But a penalty seems harsh if a striker, it could become an alternative to diving. You know what I mean? Trying to kick the ball into a defender's arm from point blank range.
Could you go down the way I've just mentioned about the offside rule? No matter if it hits your hand, if it's deliberate or not, it's a penalty.
Yeah,
everyone would know.
That's what I mean. It's like that almost seems to be a solution, but it's incredibly harsh because it could lead to players deliberately trying to draw a handball. You know, and it's like, well, what's a player going to do? It's either concede a penalty or have his nose broken. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And it is deliberately, apparently, according to FIFA, it is deliberate handball when a player other than the goalkeeper handles within the own penalty area.
Right.
So, and there you go, handles. So that doesn't even include the arm, really. You know, it's just, I think real clarification on that rule would be fantastic.
Yep, good stuff. Right, I'll move on to diving.
Okay. Going back to the comment that we got earlier on as well about diving. Yeah.
I think a panel should sit on a Monday morning, any player over the weekend's games that it's shown that they have dived, automatic 3-match ban.
Yeah.
Would stamp it out overnight.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. But what happens if the player has managed to win a penalty at the time? You can't really do a massive amount about the result, can you?
No, you can't do it about that, but you can penalise him by missing the next 3 games.
Yeah, so just try and stop it happening at all because a player
so if he's dived for a penalty, they score. You can't go back and say, right, we'll change the result or anything like that. But that individual can get banned for 3 games, and that's what I'd do.
And what would you do with regards to potentially repeat offenders? Would the next one be like a 7-game ban?
So the next one maybe a 5-match ban, and then so on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then 7, and then.
But I think if they did get a 3-match ban, I think that they wouldn't do it anymore. Yeah,
well, that's it. And plus, I suppose if you look at legislation for repeat offenders, you'd have to put a time scale on it as well, wouldn't you? Like if that's the second time you've done it this season, then you'll get a 5-match ban or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I think they'd stamp it out overnight.
I think you would, apart from in the run-up to Christmas. I think you'll get a lot of players getting doing some automatic diving just to get Christmas off. But that's even easier than strategic yellow cards to get a ban for that point, you know. So, all right, that's a good one. And I think diving, it is a black mark on the game, though, isn't it? It's just...
Yeah, it's cheating, isn't it?
Well, it is, really, and it's obviously deliberately deceptive. I remember back in the day when Robbie Fowler went down in the penalty box and he got awarded a penalty, he got up and he said no to the referee. He was saying I just tripped over my own feet, I think. Was it David Seaman?
That does sometimes happen, to be fair, you know.
Yeah.
Like somebody does trip over their own feet or, you know, but the only thing I would say stamping a bit of diving out as well is you never see a penalty get awarded for someone that hasn't gone down. Now, a free kick you don't have to go down. You can still get pushed and stay on your feet and what have you. But referees don't seem to award penalties for them people.
Yeah, that's it.
That's why people are going down in the penalty box.
That's an interesting rule in and of itself, isn't it? If it's a foul, it's a foul. Doesn't matter if it's in the penalty box or outside of the penalty box, surely.
And
but you're right.
It doesn't matter if they stay on the feet. Because you could get pushed and stay on your feet, you know, and
you get a free kick, but you wouldn't get a penalty.
But it doesn't seem they're often awarded, which I think if they were awarded, people wouldn't dive as much.
Yeah. No, I think, it's sort of, you sort of wonder if some players think, hang on, there was a bit of contact there, I'll go down now. And that is a dive, because the contact hasn't made them go down. They've gone down under their own force. So, you're quite right, actually. That's good approach, that. Just sort of allow I mean, they are allowed, but sort of, I don't know, just make it easier for referees to give a penalty in that situation somehow. You know. I don't know how they could do that, but a foul's a foul. I've got another one, the advantage rule.
The advantage rule, all right.
Yeah, it's great when it works, fantastic. But do you not think that on occasion a team might be given an advantage when they'd rather have a free kick?
It does happen, but then the referee, I'm sure there's a law that he can bring it back. Is it up to 8 seconds or something?
Is it something like that? So if a team doesn't want the advantage, they can leave it.
So basically, no, it doesn't work like that. But if the game moves on and then the referee, if they lose the ball, say, the referee can bring it back.
Oh,
He's got up to like 7 or... I'm not sure how many seconds. It might be 7, 8 seconds, even 10 seconds. No, 10 seconds is a long time, but I'm not sure it's 7 or 8 seconds, but I'm sure he can allow the advantage and then bring it back if there's not a proper advantage.
I know he can do that, like if the team loses the ball or something like that. If they actually lose the advantage. But what I'm saying is they may not want to necessarily play for that advantage. You know, if a player goes down just outside the penalty box, but it's a striker all on his own effectively, 4 defenders around him, the ball rolls away to a teammate who's coming up behind him, he's still got 4 or 5 defenders to take on. The team might rather have the free kick. So so I don't know. I've got to admit, I don't know what legislation there is for that. You know, what contingency there is for that. But you don't seem to very often see a team take the set piece as opposed to an advantage, and it's something I would probably think I would quite like to see them having the option of.
I'm confused now.
Oh yeah. I've been trying for years to get to do that. Well, that was easy.
I think I'm confused, but. Well, anyway, moving on. This one, I don't know how this is going to work on radio because I've got my tactics board up at home and I know what I'm doing. But
right.
So basically, a goal kick, right? Not a kick out the keeper's hands, a goal kick.
Right.
The goalkeeper takes it short to either left or the right back. Yep. The other team are pressing. Yep. So forwards are trying to cut that off.
Yep.
The ball comes across the 18-yard box. The left back or the right back realises he's going to be put under pressure, so he just steps into the box and kicks the ball. So the referee makes the goalkeeper go back and take it again.
Yeah.
Because the left or right back is panicking. So all he has to do is step in the box and because the ball hasn't travelled outside the 18-yard box.
Yeah, that's right. I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, so basically the opposing team's doing a high press, the goalkeeper plays it to the right or left back, and he sees this.
He gets put under pressure straight away.
Down, so he just steps inside the box and touches the ball, and the referee, right, it doesn't come out the 18-yard box, blows, so the keeper gets another turn.
Yeah.
Now, I think if that happens, it should be an indirect free kick to the attacking team.
Right, okay, yeah, because they're using the rules to their own advantage there. They're exploiting the rules.
They're just stepping in, aren't they?
I see what you mean, yeah. Well, I mean, a defender can actually be in the penalty box for a goal kick, but they cannot be receiving the ball. Yeah, that's right. That's how come you can get away with defenders on occasion taking a goal kick, you know, by that very rule.
What I'm on about when they're waiting for the ball to come to them, see a forward, closing them down,
so they run into the box,
So the referee makes them take it again.
That's a good one. I would never have thought of that one in a million years, mind. I've got to admit.
And I hope I explained it well. I'll put my tactics board away now.
All right, yeah, you do that. I think you did it justice there. Yeah, that was good. Now I've got a few dodgy rules that I would like to quickly.
Dodgy rules you think should be changed?
Well, it's not necessarily dodgy rules that maybe need changing, but these are rules that actually exist in football. And
are you aware?
Okay, well, the first one is obviously, you know, when a goalkeeper picks a ball up and he's got the ball waiting for his teammates to sort of move out and move up the field. Yeah, the 6-second rule. The goalkeeper doesn't have to.
Applied?
Yeah, apparently so. As long as a goalkeeper bounces.
Right, I've never seen any keeper blown up for this for 10 seasons maybe.
Simon Mignolet, I think it was 2 seasons ago, got done for this. He picked the ball up, he bounced it after like 5 seconds or something. Now, people tend to think the keeper's got to get the ball away in that time. He doesn't. He only has to release the ball, which is why you see goalkeepers bouncing the ball a lot.
Yeah.
He could, in theory, stand there for ages, just as long as he bounces it every few seconds. Simon Mignolet didn't. I think this was a European game, maybe? Liverpool against, I can't remember, it was a League One team, say Bordeaux it might have been. And Bordeaux got an indirect free kick because he bounced it, but then he held onto it for too long afterwards. And a lot of the time it doesn't get enforced, but I think he was holding onto it for a ridiculous length of time, you know. And Bordeaux scored. Now. Yeah.
Right.
Bordeaux scored from their indirect free kick.
Bouncing the ball, you can't then bring it back into total control into your chest or something like that.
You can if you bounce the ball. You can't if you touch the ball with your feet. If you drop the ball, if you've got it, you drop it down to your feet. You can't then bend down and pick it up again.
Right.
But you can bounce the ball, apparently.
Twice you confused us, right? Yeah. Carry on.
There's another one on the list there. Getting sent off before a game even starts. Obviously, that's all to do with conduct in the tunnel and all that. I'm not going to focus too heavily on that.
Is that from last episode when I say I hated them shaking hands before the game?
Yeah, maybe they just get themselves sent off rather than doing the handshakes, yeah.
Or get themselves sent off while they're doing the handshake.
Yeah, that would be easy though, wouldn't it? That would be too easy. A game cannot start unless the corner flags are in place. Is that one you were aware of? I mean, I know it sounds obvious.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
And do you know one example where that came into force? The 1974 World Cup final.
West Germany, Holland?
That's right, yeah. The corner flag, that's good knowledge, that is, mind. The corner flags were removed, apparently, for the closing ceremony, which took place before kick-off. It was like the tournament closing ceremony. They just never got replaced.
The tournament before the final had been played.
Well, yeah. But it took place before kick-off, and the flags just never got replaced, so the game was actually delayed. And the referee in that one was actually an Englishman, Jack Taylor.
Jack Taylor, yes.
So, there you go. And another one, this is just one I want to finish on, because I did not know this rule existed. You maybe do. What circumstances can lead to a team getting a corner? In your opinion, what circumstances can lead to a team earning a corner?
Well, obviously coming off the opposition.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one. Off the opposition goalkeeper, off the opposition team.
Yeah. That's the only sort of scenario you tend to think of, isn't it, for a corner?
Yeah.
The ball's gone out over the goal, the goal line, not in the goal.
The byline,
off a defending player. Well, apparently not. There is another scenario where a team can get a corner.
This is interesting.
Yeah. If a goalkeeper takes a goal kick and he manages to score an own goal from it, it's a corner. A goal is not given. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I never knew that.
I have a clue about that. So if he booted it in his own net.
Yeah, I don't know. It boggles the mind. It boggles the mind. Apparently, it's a corner that would be awarded. I think, I don't know how stringently that's enforced. If anyone managed to do it, he would probably give a goal. But according to the letter of the law, apparently, it should be a corner. Yeah.
I'm going to tell one of my mates who plays on a Sunday morning to get the goalkeeper for their team just to boot it into the net and cause absolute havoc with people who've been drinking the night before, and the referee takes abuse anyway on a Sunday morning, and that would just create havoc, wouldn't it?
It would really. I mean, why would you rather the opposing team had a corner than you've got a goal kick?
I'm going to ask a referee who I know that question.
Well, please do, but this is just from the little bit of research I've done, and apparently it's a rule. I may hold my hands up and say, I don't know.
People get in touch, please.
Yeah, please do if you've heard of that or any other mental rules that you know about. Because
or what we think of what we've said today.
Yeah, exactly.
I've just got one to finish on.
Go on then.
I wonder what you think of this.
Okay.
Injured players, players are going down injured and the physio runs on.
Yep.
I'm going to go down the rugby route. The physio comes on, but the game just carries on.
Right, okay.
So in rugby, the physio will come on, the game will just carry on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you'd be surprised how many players will just get straight back up and wouldn't need the physio.
Yeah, I can quite believe that as well.
So I think the physio should just come on, treat the play, game carries on. So you'd be down to 10 men. So I'm sure they would get up unless it was a serious injury.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it may be a little bit unfortunate for the genuine cases, but nothing you can't deal with. But like you say, it's another thing you could do to discourage it. Yeah. So, I think that's great. That's a good one, is.
We've been totally sensible this show, haven't we?
We have.
Sensible. We've been, apart from you mentioning you're going to sneak off around like the corner of Jeff Lynch's barbecue.
That's not what I said.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just think Mrs. Lynch sounds like a character. I just meant it genuinely.
Married to Jeff.
All right. So I think that's is that about us done, Dave? Have you got any closing thoughts?
I enjoyed that, and I'm quite mesmerised about that keeper one that you.
Yeah, I think I am going to have to look into that a little bit more. But I did definitely read that, and apparently it's a case. So. Yeah, so like I say, if you've got any of your own that you would like to have us read out on the show, like to chat with us on Twitter about, or if you just think we're daft for mentioning any of those ones that we have done, get in touch. We're on Twitter. We're at winnerpod, or you can email us show@10thewinner.com. The website is 10thewinner.com, and remember, you can go onto your chosen podcatcher and leave us a rating and review. Ideally a 5-star one, like Angry from Manchester and many others have already done. That would be absolutely fantastic.
People do get in touch, because it saves us babbling on for the whole of the show.
It does.
Like people's emails out and messages for the first half, so it's easy money,
It is. Well, that's another thing. If we bring this voicemail in, hey?
I'm saying it's easy money, but we haven't been paid.
No, we haven't earned a penny out of this yet. Any sponsors?
Go on the bridge in Durham with like a hat.
Yeah,
and just say it's towards 5 half time, 10 the winner, but then just spend the money on something else.
Yeah. Why not? That's good. We'll just go out and have fish and chips at the bar or something. And obviously keep an eye out on Twitter at WinnerPod, because once we've got the voicemail system set up, I would quite like to have a couple to play on the next episode, maybe get a different voice on there. But
you're just teasing people,
don't know.
Absolutely sozzled. We could get very funny stuff like.
Oh, exactly. Please do it. We don't care.
They won't have to talk to anybody. They can just go absolutely mental on that.
Yeah, exactly. What it'll be probably a mobile number that they can ring. It'll more than likely go straight to a voicemail, and just leave the message, and then in plenty time for the next episode, I'll go through the messages, get them recorded, and get them sort of ready to go.
So a chance for people to be stars, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Take away your shining star for a change, and maybe get the spotlight on themselves for a bit. Yeah,
exactly.
So that would be very good. Thoroughly enjoy it if people would mind.
Enjoyed the show. A very full show.
That's been good. I feel like I've been able to contribute a bit more than I have on occasion. So there we go.
It was going to happen.
It was always going to happen eventually. Right. Right, now I know why you've stayed away from the studio this week. Oh, yeah, okay. No physical threat now, is there? So, yes, thank you once again for listening, and we'll be back, I think the plan is, in 2 weeks' time. So until then, take care.